Have you ever heard about a country where sheep outnumber people and adventure is just around every corner? There is a place that is almost at the edge of the world, but few people know how special it really is. What makes New Zealand different from anywhere else on the planet? Let's take a journey and find out the secrets hiding in this beautiful land. Imagine waking up one day and finding yourself far away from home, in a place you have only seen in pictures. You step outside, and the air feels fresh and clean. You look around, and everywhere you see green hills, snow-capped mountains, and the blue ocean meeting the sky. Today, you are in New Zealand, a country that many people dream about, but few ever visit. In this video, you will learn about New Zealand through simple stories and real-life moments. You will discover what it feels like to walk on quiet beaches, taste new food, and meet friendly people who smile at you for no reason. But there is something even more surprising, waiting for you, something that only people who really look can see. Stay with me, and you will find out what makes New Zealand not just a place, but an unforgettable experience. The first thing you notice in New Zealand is the quiet. It is not the empty kind of quiet, but a peaceful feeling that makes you slow down and take a deep breath. You hear birds singing in the trees, and sometimes you see a sheep or two, or maybe even 100, standing on the hills. The sky seems bigger here, and the clouds move quickly, as if they are in a hurry to see every part of this land. You walk along a small street in a town, and people say hello to you, even though they do not know your name. You feel a little shy at first, but soon you find yourself smiling back. A bus passes by, and the driver waves at you, making you feel like you belong, even if you just arrived yesterday. There is no rush, no loud noise, no crowds pushing you. You notice the fresh smell of grass and flowers, and sometimes you catch a sweet scent from a bakery nearby. In New Zealand, every little thing seems to invite you to slow down and look closer. It is not just about seeing new places, but about feeling welcome wherever you go. Maybe you have never felt so far from home, but at the same time, you have never felt so comfortable. New Zealand is famous for its amazing nature, and you do not have to go far to see something beautiful. Imagine standing on a hill and looking down at a valley filled with green grass, tall trees, and bright blue lakes shining in the sun. The mountains are high and covered with white snow, even when it is warm down below. Sometimes, you find yourself driving along a road with the sea on one side and green mountains on the other. Every turn gives you a new view, and every view looks like a picture from a storybook. There are many famous places here. Milford Sound is a deep fjord where waterfalls fall from high cliffs, and boats look tiny as they sail across the water. In Rotorua, you can see steam rising from the ground, because the earth below is full of heat and energy. Some days, you visit Hobbiton, the village from the movies, where small houses are built into green hills, and it feels like you are in a fairy tale. Mount Cook, the highest mountain in New Zealand, stands tall and proud, watching over everything. Queenstown is a town by a lake, surrounded by mountains, where people come for adventure, or just to sit and watch the clouds. You see wild beaches where the waves crash loudly, and quiet forests where tall ferns make shadows on the ground. Even in the cities, parks and gardens are everywhere, with flowers and trees from all over the world. No matter where you are in New Zealand, nature is always close. You start to understand why people here love to walk, hike, or just sit outside and listen to the sounds of the world. New Zealand is a place where you can feel small, but also full of wonder. The people of New Zealand are called Kiwis, just like the small brown bird that lives only here. Kiwis are friendly, relaxed, and always ready to help you if you look lost. When you meet someone, they might smile and say, "Kia ora," which means hello in the Māori language. Māori people are the first people of New Zealand, and their stories, songs, and art are a big part of life here. You see beautiful patterns on buildings, in parks, and sometimes even on the skin of people, because many Māori wear tattoos that tell their family history. Kiwis love to talk about the weather, sports, or the best places to visit, and they do it with a smile that makes you feel welcome. One day, you join a small festival in the park. There are children playing, music in the air, and the smell of food cooking on a big fire. You try to learn a new word in Māori, and everyone laughs when you get it wrong, but they help you try again. People invite you to play a simple game or join a group for a picnic. No one is in a hurry, and everyone is happy to share stories about their lives. You notice that Kiwis often go barefoot, even in shops or at school, because they feel comfortable and free. At the end of the day, you walk home with a new friend, and you feel like you belong, even if you are still a stranger in a new land. The culture in New Zealand is simple, open, and full of kindness, and it is easy to see why so many people love to call this place home. Every country has its own food, and in New Zealand, meals are simple but full of flavor. You walk into a small bakery and see pies filled with meat, cheese, or vegetables. The smell is warm and makes you hungry even if you just ate breakfast. Kiwis love their fish and chips, and you can find a small shop selling them near almost every beach. You try eating fish and chips with your hands, sitting on a bench and watching the waves, just like the locals do. Someone offers you pavlova, a dessert with soft meringue, fresh fruit, and cream on top, and it tastes sweet and light. You hear about hangi, a Māori way of cooking food underground with hot stones. You are invited to a family dinner where the food is cooked slowly in the earth, and the taste is smoky and rich. During the meal, everyone shares stories, laughs, and even sings together. Once, you order coffee, and the barista smiles and asks, flat white or long black? You are not sure, but you choose one, and it becomes your favorite drink. Sometimes, you make a mistake, like adding too much tomato sauce to your meat pie, and everyone laughs in a kind way. Food in New Zealand is not just about eating, but about enjoying time together and feeling part of a group. Even if you are far from home, every meal here makes you feel a little closer to the people around you. Not every day in New Zealand is perfect, and sometimes things do not go as planned. One morning, you wake up early and get ready to visit a famous mountain, but as soon as you step outside, it starts to rain hard. You feel disappointed because you wanted to see the sunrise and take beautiful pictures. You do not have an umbrella, and your shoes start to get wet. You walk to a small shop and wait inside, hoping the rain will stop. A woman behind the counter notices you, and she offers you a cup of hot tea with a warm smile. She tells you that in New Zealand, the weather can change quickly, and people always find a way to make the best of it. Other people in the shop join the conversation and share stories of times when their plans were ruined by the rain. They laugh about it and give you ideas for other things to do on a rainy day. Instead of feeling sad, you start to enjoy the cozy feeling inside the shop, listening to the sound of rain on the roof. You learn that in New Zealand, people do not worry too much about things they cannot control. They stay positive and help each other, no matter what happens. By the end of the day, you realize that sometimes a small problem can lead to a new adventure or a new friend. You walk home with dry socks and a happy heart, ready for whatever comes next. After the rain, the sun comes out, and you decide to take a walk to see what you can find. You leave the busy street behind and follow a small path through tall grass and wildflowers. You hear birds singing, and the air feels fresh and cool. As you walk, you discover a hidden beach with soft sand and bright blue water. There is no one else around, and you feel like you have found a secret place just for yourself. You take off your shoes and walk along the water, watching tiny shells and colorful stones under your feet. Nearby, you see a small group of people having a picnic, and they wave at you, inviting you to join them. You sit down with them and listen to stories about growing up in New Zealand and about adventures in the countryside. Someone shares a simple meal with you, and you try a new kind of fruit that tastes sweet and sour at the same time. You learn a new word in Māori, and you repeat it until you can say it perfectly. Later, you walk through a little town and hear music playing from an open window. You stop and listen, feeling happy and calm, as if the whole world is smiling. In New Zealand, it is easy to find something new and special every day, as long as you are curious and open to new experiences. Every step feels like a small adventure, and every discovery makes you love this place even more. One evening, you join a group of locals who invite you to climb a hill to watch the sunset. The walk is not easy, and you get tired as you climb higher, but everyone laughs and encourages each other to keep going. When you finally reach the top, the view takes your breath away. You see mountains turning gold and pink in the soft light, lakes shining below, and birds flying home across the sky. Everyone sits together in silence for a moment, just watching the colors change and feeling peaceful. Someone starts to sing a simple Māori song, and others join in, their voices gentle and warm. You do not know all the words, but you listen and try to sing along, feeling like you are part of something bigger than yourself. As the sun goes down, you realize you will never forget this moment. You feel a deep sense of wonder, and you understand why people say New Zealand is a magical place. This memory stays in your heart, reminding you that sometimes the most beautiful moments come when you least expect them. After spending time in New Zealand, you realize this country is much more than beautiful views and adventure. It is a place where people are kind, and strangers quickly become friends. Every day brings a new discovery, from tasting sweet pavlova to learning a Maori word or sharing a joke with someone you just met. You remember walking through forests, hearing birds, feeling the ocean breeze, and watching the sun set behind tall mountains. Even when things did not go as planned, there was always someone to help or something new to learn. You start to see that New Zealand teaches you to slow down, enjoy the simple things, and look for joy in small moments. It is not just the sights that make this country special, but the feeling of being welcome and free to be yourself. As your journey comes to an end, you know that the memories of this place will stay with you, no matter where you go next. Thank you for joining this simple journey through New Zealand, a place full of kindness, surprises, and natural beauty. If you enjoyed learning English with this story, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. Watch the next video now to keep exploring and improving your English.